What's up, guys? We're taking a look at some more NBA player props today over on PrizePicks. This video is for PrizePicks, but it also applies to other player prop websites out there and also sports books out there. And we're going to go ahead and dive into the slate. Currently on a 7-3 run in these NBA videos. Yesterday kind of fell apart quite a bit. It was a really weird day for the NBA. Let me know how your guys' night went for the NBA yesterday, because mine was very, very weird. Had a do not play yesterday in the video with DOMG, and then Marcus Smart got hurt. He wasn't looking too great in the first half. I think he could have bounced back in the second half, but he ended up getting hurt at the end of the first half. So yeah, yesterday was just not it. We've still been on a very, very good run though. Like I said, 7-3 run in these videos. So let's go ahead and hop in. I'll have a second video up today as well. So make sure you have those post notifications turned on, subscribe to the channel, and leave a like. But if you are not on PrizePicks and want to join, it's available in most states and most of Canada, 18 years and older. The link is down in my description below, or just download PrizePicks off the App Store. And if you use my code DOMG, gets you a 100% deposit match up to $100 when you do use my code DOMG. So again, link is in my description below. And if you want to see everything that I'm playing tonight, the Patreon is available. Have over 600 members now on my Patreon. So if you want to join, link is in my description below. Here's a full breakdown of that. If you are interested in seeing every single one of my plays, check out the Patreon. The link is down in the description below. There are 3 different tiers. There's NFL, NBA, and all sports. With access to the Patreon, you guys get every single play that I play, on top of these plays being ranked by confidence level and write-ups to go with every single prop that I post. Once again, the link is down in the description below, so check it out. So again, if you want to join, link is in my description below. You don't have to, otherwise I have these videos up pretty much every single day. I'm trying to post every single day. I usually do, especially during like the weekday. But let's dive in, take a look at these player props. Make sure you tilt your own risk, looking at these a little bit more on your own, and let's pretty much just hop straight in. All links are in my description below, and let's do it here. So here we go. We're going to go over to the NBA first half category here. So this is pretty much a PrizePicks exclusive, kind of. I will have some alternatives in a way if you are on like a sports book or like another player prop site, but this is another reason why I really do love PrizePicks. So if you're not already on PrizePicks, there's a lot of edge on this NBA first half category. I'm telling you, I've been raking it in off of this NBA first half category most of the time. There's points, PRA, and fantasy score for the first half. I'm going to start off with the PRA. So NBA first half PRA, and I'm going to scroll down just a little bit here and go with Steven Adams over 11.5 first half PRA here. He's averaging 15.4 in his last 5 games here. We're going to look a little bit more beyond that and dive in and take a look at why I like this prop right here. So make sure you, again, tilt your own risk and look at these a little bit more on your own. And make sure you stay tuned, though, for the breakdown on why I like this player prop. Educate yourself a little bit on how Steven Adams has been a little bit. Good research is always very, very good. But he's actually at -125 to go over 22.5 full game. I don't hate his full game PRA, but I think his rebounds are a decent look as well. But he really hasn't been too great against the Suns with his rebounds this season. But -125 on FanDuel and DK. Otherwise, he's +105 at 23.5 on PointsBet. But I like him at -125 at 22.5 full game, but I much prefer his 11.5 first half PRA. I think this is a beautiful spot for Steven Adams. He has been going off in his first half PRA lately. This game is going to be at 8 o'clock today. He's going to be on the road going to Phoenix. Phoenix is, of course, doesn't have too many guys. They don't have Booker. They don't, Ayton should probably play in this one, but potentially no Chris Paul, potentially no Johnson in this one, Shamet, all those guys may potentially not play. Cameron Payne, they've just been getting beat up with the injuries, and the Suns have been allowing a lot of PRA to the center. Especially in these last couple of games right here. So if you take a look at how the center has been in the last 7 games here, they've really been allowing a lot. So points around 28.81 per game, 18.39 points per game, and 5.05 assists per game. But the main thing I'm focused on here is the rebounds. They've been allowing a lot of rebounds without like Booker. Maybe, you know, his replacement is just missing some shots, man. But 18.39 rebounds per game allowed to the center in the last 7 games. That is a lot. Even when it comes to the points, though, it's not too bad of a matchup either. 20.81. The assists, 5.05 right there. They've been allowing a decent amount too when it comes like the season long too. They've kind of been right in the same spot, 21.93 points per game allowed right there. But Steven Adams has been a very, very good, consistent player. He's actually been over this in 54% of games this season. 54% in 8 out of his last 10. He's been over in 8 out of his last 10. The 2 games he missed in his last 10 games right here, he's only missed 2 games in this big stretch, by the way. But it was against Orlando right there. He only had 4 PRA. Don't really know what happened in that one. He just shot pretty bad. And he also saw a little bit fewer minutes, I think, in that one. But otherwise, like the other game he missed, by the way, was in a very, very tough matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He didn't have the shot attempts, and he actually got hooked right there at 11 PRA. But it was a really tough matchup. Didn't really expect him to hit in that one. I did actually play him, I think, in a video too, over his 11.5 PRA against the Lakers, and that actually cashed in like the first quarter. But Steven Adams here, how he's been against the Suns this season. He's actually faced the Suns 3 times this season, and has been over in 2 of those games. He's at 18, 10, and 15. One of those games he missed was with 5 rebounds, 4 points, and 1 assist in that game right there. He had a little bit of a fewer attempts right there. I think if he took one more shot, probably would have made it. He's a pretty good percentage shooter, and probably could have gone over his PRA, but otherwise he's been over in 2 out of 3, man. He's already been over on the road too with 18 PRA against them. That was back in December 23rd, and then he actually has just faced them just a couple days ago on January 16th. He had 15 PRA against him. Just need him to do that same thing yet again. I like his attempts right there at 5 field goal attempts. He had 7 rebounds in the first half too, which is pretty awesome. He didn't even get any assists, which he's usually good for, like probably about an assist in the first half. Usually every game, you can see how consistent he's been really with his assists too. Should probably have an assist in there, so I like the spot for Steven Adams. I think he can get a lot of rebounds. I think he can get a lot of points in this game against the Phoenix Suns. Like I said, I do like his full game PRA, but I much prefer his first half PRA. So if you want to get in on the NBA first half category over on PrizePicks, link is in my description. Use my code DOMG. Let's go ahead though and dive into player prop number 2, because that is pretty much the breakdown for that prop right there. Let's take a look though at the second one here. So it's actually also going to be an NBA first half PRA. And it's actually going to be the same exact number with the same exact odds, playing literally the same exact thing pretty much. I'm going with Ben Simmons, over 11.5 first half PRA. A lot of people don't like Ben Simmons. I personally love Ben Simmons because of the money he's made me this season. So I played him against Phoenix. He had 13 last time. I think he might have hit every single time I played Ben Simmons, which was probably about 5 times this season. I think he might have cashed me all 5 times. Hopefully I did not just jinx myself. Probably a pretty dumb thing to say. But let's go ahead and take a look at his odds right here, because like I said, I'm pretty sure he's a minus 125 to go over 22.5. Which is the same exact thing as Steven Adams. So where's this game right here? There it is. The Nets game. He's facing the Warriors today, by the way, without KD. And let me explain why I like this prop, because I'm sure not a lot of people won't be on board right away. Actually, he's minus 125 on DK to go over 22.5. Always he's at like 23.5 on FanDuel right there at minus 111. So I like the spot though on PrizePicks at 11.5 first half PRA right here. I like his over against the Golden State Warriors today. And let me explain why I like this. He's going to be on the road going to Golden State, 7.5 point spread, 236.5 over under. The over under looks pretty damn good to me at 236.5. But also Ben Simmons right here. No KD. There's going to be no KD in this game. He's been playing a lot of point guard. At least he's been starting at point guard. He's still getting some reps at power forward, I believe, as well. So we'll take a look at both of those matchups. But he's been very, very good without KD this season. So he's been over this in 3 out of 4 without KD this season. He did miss against Utah, which he probably should have gone over against Utah. I personally didn't play him. I didn't like the matchup as much, but he had 18 minutes in this game. He had the minutes to get it done in this one. He had 5 fouls in the first half when he faced the Suns. He still went over in that game, but he had the minutes to go over against Utah and just still did not go over. Utah wasn't the easiest matchup, but I think he can get this one done this time around. If you are on a sportsbook, I do kind of like his assists. His full game PRA, I really don't like. I'm not going to lie. I really don't like it. He's just such a good first half player, Ben Simmons is. But he's really been consistent this season as well. Hitting his full game PRA. His full game PRA at like 22.5 has like a 26% hit rate this season. But his first half PRA at 11.5 has a 59% hit rate. So that's a huge difference. That just shows you how good of a player Ben Simmons is in the first half. So again, he's been over this in 3 out of 4 without KD this season. He actually had 16 last matchup, by the way, against Golden State. But this game was without Kyrie Irving. So this game was without Kyrie Irving. KD was playing, but it was without Kyrie Irving. So that's probably why he had as many assists in the first half as he did. Although I think he can do that again, man. So he's got a pretty solid hit rate this season. He's been over in quite a few of his last couple games. And again, no KD in this one. He's been over this in 3 out of 4 without KD before that tough matchup against Utah. But let's take a look at this matchup here. We'll start with the point guard. I go by FanDuel fantasy points when looking at PRA. Probably not the best thing to do because it factors in steals plus blocks. But you can really just dive in, take a look at these individual stats as well. But to the point guard right here, you can see how they've been. They've actually been allowing quite a few points, 25.21. I don't believe they've been allowing a lot of rebounds, though. They are pretty good at limiting rebounds. Golden State is kind of right in the middle of the pack this season when it comes to that, 6.10 to the point guard. But if you take a look at the assists per game right here, they're actually allowing quite a few, 8.48 assists per game. So they're a pretty good matchup when it comes to points and assists. Maybe if you're on a sports book, you look into the points plus assists. I don't know, personally, I'm not on a sports book, but the points per game though in the last 7 though, this isn't even last 7, just to the power forward right here. They're on the 5th most per game to the power forward right there. Assists per game is a lot different because Ben Simmons isn't a normal power forward. Most power forwards do not pass as much as Ben Simmons does, but anyways. When it comes to rebounds, though, they're pretty good at limiting rebounds, too, to the power forward. So rebounds probably won't be much of a factor in this one, kind of relying a lot on his points and assists in this one. Ben Simmons is obviously not a big scorer. There's been plenty of games where he scored 0 points. By the way, he's done that before without KD this season. He had 0 against Boston and still had 15 PRA. So in the first half, he had 5 rebounds and then 10 assists right there. So I'm relying a lot on his assists in this one, I think, along with the points, because the Golden State should be a pretty good matchup for the points. There should be some rebound opportunities. There should be plenty of assist opportunities with how the over-under in this one looks at 236.5 right there. So I know a lot of people are not a big fan typically of Ben Simmons and even his props too. I know I got some comments on the last time I put Ben Simmons in one of these videos saying that a lot of people were not a big fan of Ben Simmons, but yeah, he did hit last time I played him. Not saying he's going to hit this time, man, but I like Ben Simmons a lot. I think he can get this one done. But those are going to be my 2 player props for today's video. That is going to be Steven Adams over 11.5 first half PRA and Ben Simmons over 11.5 first half PRA. Both of these guys are like a minus 125 to go over 22.5. So I like both the spots for these guys. I personally paired them in a 2-pick power play. More props will be available over my Patreon. I should have a part 2 video up today as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Leave a like, subscribe, all the different stuff. Links in my description below for prize picks. Use my code DOMG, 18 years and older, available in most states and most of Canada. And Patreon link is down in my description below as well. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck tonight. Tail at your own risk.